farm murders poses a serious threat to food security in South Africa, but more important, it goes beyond South Africa, because 50% of South Africa's primary agriculture are being exported on the African continent. We are a net exporter of agricultural products. And the president of South Africa, he was in New York, and he was confronted by questions of farm murders, and he denied it in New York. And so it is the duty of the official opposition to discuss this matter in the public domain, and that is what we are doing, because evidence suggests that both black and white farmers are being murdered every single day in South Africa, and this is a national tragedy because it will pose a serious threat to food security, not only in South Africa, but also on the African continent. For example, in 1980, Zimbabwe was the food basket of Africa. Today, they are a net importer. So we have the hard lessons of what has happened in a neighboring state in terms of farm murders and farm attacks in Zimbabwe. We certainly cannot afford that to happen. One of the laws of public governance is to admit that a problem exists, then you can certainly doing something about it. And so for us, it is important as a Democratic Alliance to raise this in the public domain so that you can do something about it and not deny that these things are happening. It was shocking when 18 black farmers were killed in KwaZulu-Natal, and nobody ever spoke about this. And that's why we in the Democratic Alliance believe that an attack on a farmer, an attack on a farm worker, is an attack on the economy of a country. And when your economy is under attack, it is the duty and the responsibility of the government to deal with this matter in the public domain, because safety is the first responsibility of a state, and our state in South Africa is failing us. Therefore, the Democratic Alliance at its Federal Congress adopted a resolution that we put before a constitutional application of that rule, that a Judicial Commission of Inquiry be appointed to investigate farm murders in South Africa, make recommendations, invite experts on the subject matter, invite farming organizations and farm worker organizations to come and testify before the Judicial Commission of Inquiry, make certain recommendations both to Parliament as the legislative authority, but also to the Cabinet and the responsible ministers as part of the executive authority. I think this is a crisis, and we cannot simply sit and wait for these things, because it's not correct to simply deny that farm murders are happening in South Africa. It poses a significant threat to food security.